Lifting mechanism assembly. Warning: this video is intended as a training support only. It does not substitute the installation instruction manual that came with the cover. In any case of discrepancy, the installation manual always prevails. Put the motor frame in place, usually to the back of the hot tub entrance. The standard model will need the motor frame to be on the short side of the cabana cover, whereas the long side model will need the motor frame on the long side of the cabana cover. Be careful, the steps that follow are site-specific. The left and right sides are presently illustrated and the rest of the video will use this reference. For the left side post assembly, use one of the two jacks and assemble it with a footplate. Make sure the U-frame fixation part of the footplate is oriented toward the right. Slide the alignment brackets of the foot in the alignment slots of the jack. Push upwards to lock in the post foot. Ensure full contact is made along the bottom. Use the two 1/4 inch by 2 1/4 inch screws and nuts to fasten the assembly. Do not over-tighten these screws. The mechanism may bend inwards as a result. It is important to respect the assembly orientation of the hardware. Repeat the same procedure for the right-hand non-motor side, putting the foot bracket on the left side. Posts will fall easily when placed upright. Secure the posts by laying them down before proceeding with next step. Slide the drive shaft over the square shaft located at the bottom of the left motor side jack. Position the jack in the remaining corner of the cabana cover. The square shaft at the bottom of the jack should face toward the motor frame, and the U-frame bracket should be inwards. Move the jack assembly to the drive shaft, align it and slide it in. If the alignment is not perfect, tilt the jack until it fits. Make sure the drive shaft is fully installed before proceeding further in the installation process. Using the jack without the drive shaft being properly connected may cause injury. Install the long, aluminum U-frame over the drive shaft and ensure the holes lines up with both jack assemblies. Fasten the U-frame in place using two 5/16 inch by 2 inch screws, 2 nuts and 4 plastic washers per side. Repeat the same process for the opposite side. Align one unpainted metal coupler with the holes on each end of the front frame cut out. Use the 1/4 inch by 3/4 inch screws and nuts to fasten both unpainted metal couplers. Fasten a short U-frame to each end of the front frame cut out. Use two 5/16 inch by 2 inch screws, 2 nuts and 4 washers per side. Install the entire assembly between the front posts. Install the U-frame on both posts using two 5/16 inch by 2 inch screws, 2 nuts and 4 washers per side. Verify whether the drive shafts fell off during installation. If so, redo the previous steps. If not, tighten all U-frame screws. Failure to verify the drive shafts installed could result in the non-motor side jacks elevating on their own. Once the U-frames are installed, the jack lock screw located at the top of non-motor side jacks can now be removed safely. Set the screw aside. If your jack is not equipped with a locking screw on top, follow these instructions instead. The jack lock bracket located at the bottom of non-motorized side jacks can now be removed safely. Remove the M4 by 8 mm screw. With the jack lock removed, screw back in only the screw. Keep the lock bracket and the hardware for future use. You can now remove the red paper tags that are attached to the jacks. Failure to remove this part will break the lifting mechanism. Insert the jack lock into the back of the M6 screw without screwing it in. Unscrew the 3/8 inch by 1 inch screw on the top of all 4 jack assemblies. Set these parts aside. Install the clip-on barrel nuts at the bottom of the non-motor side jack assemblies for the sleeves, using M6 by 20 mm screws and washers. Only the non-motor side jack assemblies need clip-on barrel nuts installed. Do not fully screw in the M6 screws. A big gap is needed to slip on the sleeves. Slide the sleeves over all 4 jacks. Be sure to align the opening at the bottom of the sleeves with the U-frames attached. Screw in the M6 by 20 mm screws at the bottom of all 4 sleeves. Be sure that the nylon washer is on the outside of the outer sleeve. Make sure the all-weather seal on each post is slid all the way down against the outer sleeve. Failing to properly position this part may cause serious damage to post mechanism. Install the previously removed 3/8 inch by 1 inch screw, with a narrow part of the bushing facing down for each post. Before installing the screw, make sure the hole in each top plate is aligned with the jack assembly's threads. Ensure the Kavana cover is centered. Use a measuring tape on all 4 sides and make sure it is still resting on the foam spacers. Make sure all posts are vertically leveled. You will need to check both sides of each post with a level. Install the first corner bracket. Fasten the bracket to the cover using 4 M6 by 20 mm screws and 4 painted metal washers. Follow the patterns shown for installing screws A to D. Ensure the sleeve is correctly pressed against the outer shell before screwing in the M6 by 20 mm screws. Repeat the same procedure for each remaining corner bracket, following the installation order as illustrated. Use 4 number 8 by 1/2 inch screws to fasten the bracket to its post. Tighten carefully. Self-tapping screws can break if screwed in too hard. When tightening the screws, it is recommended that you pull the post toward you to ensure a better fit of the corner bracket. This will reduce the possible gap. Following the same pattern, fasten each corner bracket to its post. Check the installation of the brackets, trying to lift each inner sleeve. Review the previous steps for any broken screws or to retighten the screws if an inner sleeve continues to move. Install the rubber caps on all 4 posts. These caps help protect the post assembly tops from weathering.